What is happening, guys? Welcome on back. So today we are taking out the Vow, which is the last bonus mission that we do need for the true ending. You do not need to fight the boss of this area. I don't believe so. We will kill the boss here just to be safe. We do need to do this mission, though, for the two collectibles. We will be getting Hismar Conquest 3 and 4, and we'll also be getting the last Netherworld Energy. So we will have 8 Netherworld Energies after today as well. Before we head out, though, we're going to make our life a little easier. We're going to go down and craft some water enhancers. If you don't know where to get that scroll, look at yesterday's episode. I explained that. The boss in the Vow is very, very weak to water enhancers, so definitely craft up a few of those. You don't need a ton, just like 5 will be plenty. Just enough to last the fight. Once we have all that, we'll go ahead and grab a level here as too. And make sure and keep leveling your Khazan memories too. We missed a few back there, so make sure and do that. It does add up. Let's see here. Let's put one in there and one in there. And then for the Vow. The Vow is going to be up in the fourth in the final region here. Gonna be under Great Temple. The Vow. 1 jar, 2 soulstones. This area is, I think, one of the most confusing areas in the entire game. For some reason, I just have a hard time going through this, and I tried to make the best notes I could, but I might need to like pause on the recording just to make sure I remember where to go. Make sure your lantern is on, just because there's a lot of undead here we're going to be focusing on, as well as just a lot of stuff. There's actually quite a bit in this little level. Go ahead and open the gate though and run on down. You're going to take the elevator. I feel like I did a pretty good job, though, taking the notes, so we should be able to get through this relatively quick. Run out through the elevator and then grab the Nexus. There'll be a few things to do in this first room. There's also a lot of hidden passageways in this. This is the level with the most hidden passageways in the whole entire game. So if you want to use the lantern that gives you that shows you where these are, that's okay, but I definitely recommend having the undead one though too. And here there'll be a couple of these other worldlings. There'll be a mage in here. You'll want to take him out. This one dodges underground. You'll want to take him out definitely. Kind of bait these guys out. There'll be a couple of those that go underground. Be some. I think there's one more in the back. Oh, I guess there was only a couple of those. I thought there was one more by the chest. Anyway, though, grab the chest. I'll give you the Temple Knights set, which is an okay set if you wanted to talk about sets for a second here. I tested it out. Phantom Heat Wave damage increase. It is decent, but I believe there's better. But Phantom Absorption's not too bad either. But if you're more of playing a defense type of spear build, I think it could be really useful. And then once you grab that, then way to progression is the left. So the Nexus is right there. We just want to go left. Down through here, there's going to be a demon right there. He's actually going to not see us, but he's going to pause there every time. So we can actually, predict this movement. Oh, crap. My javelins are not leveled up. I forgot from last episode. Real quick, I'm going to put those skill tree points back. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Definitely want to have that back. Alright, now we can do that. Now we have all our javelin power back. And then out here, there's just a little platform. There's going to be one of these dudes again. Actually, didn't know you could kill them right when they rise like that. That was actually pretty cool. Back through here, there'll be a ladder. Take the ladder down. A lot of traps here, too, to look out for. Right there's for one, for example. And they're kind of hidden, too, like under like a blanket there. Take out those guys to be safe from a range distance. That's all good. And then this floor will break here. So just so you know. Down here we will be fighting an elite. It'll be an elite greatsword dude. So nothing too crazy there. Definitely pop some fire. That always can make your life a little easier. You'll definitely want to probably use some soul tier shards here through this level instead of health flasks. Just because the length of this level is kind of long. Not very many shortcuts either here. We're going to fight this guy outside the plague, so get outside the plague here. There we go. Punish that. And you want to dodge this too, because this guy has plague on his weapon. So you don't want to brink guard these. You want to brink dodge these. But by now you should be just tearing those guys apart. They should not be any challenge for you. I'll give you the Ghost Spearhead, by the way. So if you're working with Atlante, which honestly Atlante would be really good for this build. The reason we're just not doing it is because I don't want to go back and fight the Reaper. If you want to go back and fight the Reaper, that's fine. I just like the stamina increase with Keshta. Keshta is just like the all-around, really, just a good all-around phantom. I mean, you can use Keshta the entire game and be completely fine. Yeah, there's other ones that can help builds and whatnot, but it's up to you. So down through here, there's going to be a couple pathways to do. You can go to the right or the left first. We're just going to go to the right path here real quick. Be another demon there too, so make sure to take him out. Tried to dodge through him. That didn't quite work out for me. I'll give you a large spirit ore. Kind of nice. And we're going to run back down this way real quick and go to the other side of this. So we were down there. We're just going to run back through here. Gonna be a couple more demons to take out back here. Where's that other... Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. There'll be an invisible wall, too, down here. Watch out for the trap. I was trying to tell you guys about the trap. I thought it was a little bit farther ahead. I'm going to definitely try to get around that if you can. I don't know if you can get actually around that without getting hit. Might just have to dodge forward through it. I'll give you a full Great General set and the Ghost Relic, and we're just going to run back up through that same path we just went, run up the stairs really quick before we get hit by that trap. And we're going to run back straight across where we already were. So I kind of did that a little backwards, but give me a break. This level is a little confusing. So back through here. And then up through here. Now we got a few more demons to take out. I think there's two up here again. Just to be safe, take them out on the stair, just to just in case. I know there's an ice archer coming up here too soon, so be careful about that. We want to take the right path here first. You'll start feeling your controller vibrating. There will be a jar back here. Somewhere back here. And then you want to get the shortcut ladder. So the shortcut ladder is right where we fought the elite. So if you die, you're going to drop down there on the shortcut, and you're going to come up through here. There shouldn't be anything that could kill you in this episode, though. I don't think there's anything really hostile. But just so you know where the shortcut ladder is. Ice Archer right down there. Did I miss him? Hold on a second. Okay, there's one down there too. I knew there was a couple. I'd written down 2 Ice Archers. I'd taken these notes before bed last night, so I'm a little not fresh with these. I usually record these right after I take them, but it was late last night, so I had to get some sleep. 2 great sword or great shield dudes, though. We're just gonna get behind these dudes and punish them. Very, very easy enemies to take out, though, once you get behind them. It's going to open up to, like, a giant area here. And this area is supposed to be kind of confusing. It's supposed to make you think that's where you fought the elite before. And it's supposed to make you think, oh, do I go down? What do I do? But you're going to run over here first. Grab the Netherworld Energy, and that will give you the achievement for that, collecting all Netherworld Energies. And then down here is kind of like... and just an undead fest. You're going to drop down, there's going to be a bunch of undead. The main thing you don't want to do is drop down in the middle. If you drop down in the middle, which most people do, you're going to get shot by the Ice Archer. Now, you can't shoot the Ice Archer from here. He's down that hallway. Actually, you might be able to. We're going to try to. I can lock onto him, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, I think you can. I think you can shoot the Ice Archer. That's pretty nuts. I didn't think you could do that. That's wild. But yeah, you'll definitely want to do that. Now you can drop down wherever, I guess. I'm going to also spawn off some fire, too, just to make this a little easier. There's nothing crazy down here, just a bunch of those logger dudes, and there's no archers, don't have to worry about that. But they're going to just come out of everywhere. I'm going to go over here and kill the logger first. I'm going to get hit. I'm going to heal. Oh shit. This could be very bad if I'm not careful here. I don't want to get stuck. That was the one thing I did not want to do. Thank goodness for fire. But yeah, it's not hard by any means, but I just wanted to point it out because you can drop down there and just get completely wrecked by those dudes if not careful. And I almost just got wrecked by another logger because he was out of nowhere. Yeah, those guys just hit really, really hard. Make sure and collect all the loot down here in the Lacrima. And then since you killed the Ice Archer, which I'm still blown away that you could do that. Gonna be that trap there, be careful about that. And then to the left there's gonna be another logger there. So I was trying to get the logger to bait out there. I wasn't trying to hit the trap, but that did not work out for me there. It's okay. We'll just fight him out here. We do have some flag building up too, but I'm not too concerned about it. And then watch out for that trap. So that's the trap right there. And that was where the logger came out there. And right here is just a bunch of plague. You can pop one of those plague resistance things to help you out here at this next section. There's gonna be a couple more great sword or great shield dudes, not great sword, great shield that we'll have to take out. You want to kill the summoner too up here. So there's gonna be a summoner, you want to kill him. And then the great shield dudes will be up here. You can go up here and run in here and kill these guys. And once you get all them guys dead, then you can go ahead and open the gate. And then behind this elevator, very, very important, you're going to want to grab this. This will give you Hismar Conquest 3. So this is one of the 15. And then go ahead and take the elevator. Next part of this is not very confusing at all. The confusing part's over. So if you got through that, you'll be fine. Down here, it's going to open up into like a valley type of region. Kind of a pretty region, to be honest. Kind of something you wouldn't think you'd see in this level. Bunch of waterfalls and stuff like that. Kind of cool. Definitely recommend having full spirit, though, for this next part. It'll make your life a lot easier. That's why I was trying not to use too much spirit back there. There'll be some loot to the right here. And then down here, this is going to be just a bunch of cleanup work. So we're going to shoot this, kill this worm. Then we're going to kind of just clean up everything down here. So there's going to be a bunch of these demon dudes. 2 charges will kill the regular ones really easy. There'll be a couple ones that come over here and try to fight us. That's okay, as long as they're not the hyper armor ones. The hyper armor ones, those are the ones you got to worry about, because those are the ones you can't stun lock. The other ones you can just stun lock to death. There'll be a couple hyper armor ones out here that we have to deal with. Right over here is just a regular one. We can take him out real quick. We don't want to... There's a hyper armor one. We don't want him to see us, so we'll lead this one over here. Okay, so there's a hyper armor one there. We're going to work our way around, though. And a clockwise rotation there. Hyper armor one, definitely want to snipe this one if you can. And then this will give you, back behind this waterfall, Hismar Conquest 4, which is another one of the 15. So those are all the golden collectibles in this level. Then we're going to continue to run this path back. So this path just is a giant circle, don't get confused. Okay, why did I not go into my combo there? That was weird. Wait till that one goes by the rock, and then we can take this one out real quick. And then we can try to snipe this one if we can, if we're good enough. That works. I can do this and kill him. This is another hyper armor one. We'll just have to fight this one because I don't have any spirit enough to... Oh, he might actually lose his hyper armor. See, sometimes they lose their hyper armor. I haven't quite figured out how they lose it, if it's just stamina-based thing or whatnot, but I'm not quite sure on that, so I can't comment on that, but if you sometimes just let them be, they'll just lose all their hyper armor. Wish I could tell you guys like how that happens. That'd be nice to know, but don't know. You'll just keep working around the edge of this. So all we're doing is just a clockwise rotation around this. So to put in perspective where we are, that was where we started off above my head. We worked all the way around, came back through here, and came back through here. Be another hyper armor one up here. So he comes over here. We're going to charge up and kill him then. Hopefully I timed this right. My stamina will hold out. Come on, he'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. Come on, there he is. At least we get a little bit of damage off him. It's better than having to fight a full force one that comes at you just swinging. If I get a backstab here, it'd be great. That works for me. I think we killed them all. I think that was the last one. Back here, there's nothing. It just wraps around there. So yeah, we did. So then once you run yourself around in a clockwise rotation down through here. Yeah, there's nothing over there. There's going to be another... I think this is another worm. Yep. And the next one is actually a real lacrima. So the one right down here that you'll see, that's a real lacrima. Then we have a Chaos Beast up here, one of those Chaos Giants. Not the fast ones, but the slower, bigger ones that shoot the lasers. Use Earth or Water on these dudes. I haven't figured out which is better. I feel like Water slows them down, which helps. So I'm going to use Water. But completely up to you what you want to do here. Let's see here, I got 8 on that. Could try Lightning to see how that works. Lightning might work better. We're going to try Lightning. Try something different. To fight these dudes, though, because we've never actually fought these dudes, we've cheesed these dudes every time we ran into them. You just want to dodge their last-minute attacks, dodge their lasers, dodge forward through their lasers, in my opinion. I think that's the best, and then dodge around them. But they really are not hard to beat by any means, but the reason we cheesed them in the other levels is just because I wanted to show you guys ways of getting around things if you guys are stuck. And that's what my guides do. My guides will always show you, if there's an option to cheese, it will always show you a way to do it. But at the end of the day, I'll also show you just how to be a badass and take it out as well. Once you get the Devourer Scroll and the Soulstone, though, you can just go on through, get the Lacrima. We're almost through here. We'll talk about the boss here then. So right there, Pleuvious. Pleuvious is the boss here. So Pleuvious, let's talk about Pleuvious. Pleuvious are those sword phantom dudes. I think they're actually in the Codex too, if we can find them. So yeah, I found them. Soulbound Knight. These are called Soulbound Knights. That's what Pleuvious is. These are the guys that summon, or not summon, but they pop out in copies of themselves. And these are the dudes we've always cheesed with water throwables before. But since this is a boss fight, you can't really do that. We can use water enhancers, though, like I recommend here. We can really slow him down. The water enhancers actually stun lock him, too, so he can't turn his clones out on top of you. If his clones do get out, just dodge through their attacks. And if they do get out, too, don't be aggressive on the clones. Just wait for him to actually get his phantom form back. But other than that, there's not too much here to talk about with this fight. You're going to stun lock him into oblivion and just annihilate him. So, anyway, we'll knock out him real quick. I should be able to do this first attempt. Go ahead and get those water enhancers on. And I think, yeah, he doesn't have hallucination too. He also has hallucination. You might want to bring a hallucination cleanse. That might be good here if he does get that off on you, because that can kind of suck. We're going to rush him, be super aggressive, and get this water to proc off. as you see, the water just unlocks him. I gotta get my stamina back, though. And the water slows him down, too. So everything he does is going to be slower. Which might be worse, because I feel like sometimes that can mess you up trying to brink dodge stuff. Yeah, those are hard to hit. Oh shit. Heal up. Get the stamina back, heal up. These guys do a lot of damage, so just be careful about that. There we go. That fight's always a little scary to do, just because it's a hard fight if you don't go in with water. If you don't use water enhancers, that fight is probably one of the hardest in the game, in my opinion, just because of how hard those things hit and how hard they are to brink dodge, parry, and all that. So yeah, water enhancers definitely break that fight, though. But anyway, go up here, you'll grab Reese's ring. Kind of a cool ring. I like to mark that one. It's just like a memorable thing. You get the stamina, if you put this on, you know, you get stamina recovery with the jar on there, so 20% stamina recovery is pretty great. But this is just part of the Faded Memory set is all. And then go ahead and interact with the diary. That'll give you a cutscene here, and it'll explain Reese's past with Ozma.
Trying to stay hidden.
Reese.
The story really is good in this game. I hope you guys are enjoying the story. I really enjoyed the story in my Let's Play. But now you have accomplished everything mission-wise when it comes to getting the true ending. And like I said, I don't believe you have to beat Pleuvious to get the true ending. I don't think so, but I think you should, just to be safe, because I haven't tested that otherwise. But just to go through what we have so far in this walkthrough, you should have 13 of these now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So yes, the last two will be in Reese's level, which will be the Great Temple, which we will be knocking out next time. But anyway, though, let's go ahead and level up. Grab some memory, level up too as well, so we don't forget about that. These are always so hard to remember to level sometimes. And from here, we're just going to level Vitality and Endurance together. So I recommend, you know, a point in Vitality, a point in Endurance, a point in Vitality, a point in Endurance. By the end, you should be around 60 Vitality and 60 Endurance, somewhere in there. So we're getting there. From here on out, things start giving us a lot more souls too. So it seems like a lot to get that 20 levels, but it's not going to be that bad. But anyway, though, we're going to wrap up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like. We'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned. Much more coming soon.